Hey guys, welcome back to Boss Beginnings. Today, I know you've seen the title. We're going to be talking about Love is Blind, talking about the relationship between Jarrette and Iyanna. All right, is that it? Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about the relationship between Jarrette and Iyanna. But as always, before we get started, if you could, go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and comment and tell me who was your favorite couple out of all of them in Love is Blind. And make sure you share it to your friends. And if you have not already, subscribe to become a part of Boss Beginnings. All right, today we have a special guest. We have Miss Lacey. You want to tell them about yourself?
Yeah, what do I tell? I'm 28.
Tell them about your business.
Oh yes, I'm 28. I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I have a cosmetic line. I make lip gloss. I make beard oils.
Cool.
What else? I sell eyelashes. So my beard oil and my lip gloss I make myself. So everything is made from scratch and all natural products. But yes, so if you want to check out my website, you can go to 15again.com
Do
and
you
check your
see
girl
the
out.
comment section? You should type in your website in the comments.
Okay,
Just
let
in
me do
case
that.
anybody, stops in or whenever they watch this video later, they can have your website. I was trying to find your lip gloss so I can show them.
Yes, I'm trying to see. I don't know if I'm
But
doing it right.
I
Let me
was
see.
rushing in.
I got some. Hold on. 15 again.
I got the snacks I took from work today.
Okay. Let me see. I think I got mine.
Okay, so this is one of them. The what's the name?
Yes, so that one is just a clear gloss, but it has
It has like
shades of
gold.
foil, like gold foil. So that is 24K.
Okay, so yeah, this is the 24K. It's really cute. I don't know if you can see this, but it has the
Yeah, we can
gold
see it.
in it. And I
Yes.
love the name Forever 15 Forever. 15
15
again.
again.
15 again, I'm
Yes.
sorry. 15
Oh
again. I
yeah.
love it.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, put some of
It
that
works
on.
really well too. So guys, go check her out. You having a sale right now?
Yes, all lip glosses are $5. No, all lip glosses are $3. My eyelashes on sale, but them like sell out fast, so ain't no more eyelashes.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, ain't no more eyelashes.
Okay, well, I was trying to buy time to give my friend time to get on here, but she's not here, so we're gonna go ahead and just get started. We're gonna start talking about.
Okay.
So today, like I said, we're talking about Love is Blind. We're talking about. So let's just talk about what Love is Blind to start with. So it's a social experiment, right? And they put,
Yeah.
I don't know how many original singles, but they put,
I don't know either.
yeah, a
Yeah.
bunch of single women and men together. And the premise behind it is that they don't get to see each other. They have to build their connection before they see each other. This is a great plug for the virtual love games. And if you want to be a part of the virtual love game, make sure you join Boss Beginnings on Facebook and send me a message. Okay. All right. But yeah, so they don't get to see each other. And what they do is they have to build a connection with people to figure out, do I like this person enough to propose to them? Would you do this
Mhm.
show?
I would do it. I would do it. I like the whole concept, and I feel like it's more of a emotional connection. So I would do it. I feel like that's more realistic. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would most definitely do it.
Because you marry someone. That's always because, like, yesterday we were talking about Deep and Shake, and we were talking about how they had this great, I feel like, connection, but they
Hmm.
couldn't get over, not they, he couldn't get over the physical. And I was just
Yeah.
like, even Deep said that, he's not her normal type, but she
Hmm.
was willing to look over that because she had such a strong, but he was so much in his ego, he couldn't do it. But that's
Yeah.
the name of the game. Love is blind, but whatever. So, okay. So today, we're moving past that. So they met. So how we start? We start with Jarrette. So Jarrette, when he came in there, he was looking for love, right? And he
Hmm.
explained why he was looking for love. I just saw this online. He said he was looking for love because he was recently stabbed. right, let's see what Tiffy says. Tiffy says it's hard to overlook the physical sometimes. I feel like it's only hard if it's too bad, you know? Like I feel like if
Yeah.
somebody is average and they have an awesome personality, then I don't I would go for a personality over somebody fine that don't treat me well. Anyway,
Yeah.
you know. Like I don't think, yeah. I think if you think somebody is hideous, that yeah, it'd be hard. Like you just not like that couple that went away that first day. What's the lady? The woman who refused to stay there. I think she wasn't attracted to him. So
I
she just
don't know. I think it was more so because he was atheist,
but
but
she knew that. That was the weird part that she,
she did. But I think she was trying to. I think she desperately wanted love, and then I low key think that she went on the show for kind of the wrong reason too. I feel like she wanted a little publicity, but
yeah. I mean, it was a
yeah,
lot of them to throw them into Mexico like that, and they had, just seen each other, and the proposal had just happened, and now next year in the room, with this stranger. I know you've been talking to him all the time, but like you're just now getting to see this person. So,
girl, I'll be sleeping in the bed with my fiance. Okay, scoot over.
I'll be like, okay, especially if he was cute. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
well, they say you ain't
You
supposed
ready to get in
to.
the bed and cuddle?
Okay. Like bring this love. I'm like, God, I've been begging for this, and like here you go. You finally just sent him. But yeah, so Jarrette, he started off right, and he said his reasons for searching for love is because he was recently stabbed. Okay.
Yeah.
And he realized he was at the hospital alone. And I don't want to make this about race, but I just want to say that a lot of black men end up dying alone because they don't realize like how important it is to build these connections and to maintain these connections and to foster these connections. So they think they can go from girl to girl. And I'm not just saying that; like it's
Yeah.
statistics that they die alone. They have a higher number of people that die alone. And I think because this happened to him early in life. Because what did his friends say? They thought he was gonna be the 40-year-old bachelor.
Yeah.
It brought it brought to reality that like I'm not gonna be here forever, and then
Yeah.
me just using different girls and stuff. Here you go. I ain't trying to drag nobody. I say find your love where you find it. But just look at what's happening in Ukraine right now. That's all I'm saying. But
Yeah.
you know, he realized that it's important to build these connections, right? What do you think?
I do. I think, that was like kind of that wake up call for him. Like, it's time. Like it's time for me to find my partner and, things like that. So I feel like that like opened up or, that little light went off in his head and he was like, okay, it's time to stop playing games. Let me
Mm-hmm.
go find my wife.
Yeah. And so, but he met two people that he kind of vibe with, right? So, how did you feel
Yes.
about him in the pods? I'm gonna be honest, I ain't really watched the pod episodes. So, was he more like I started right at season. It was season 2, but the second part, like once they had already saw each other,
See, no, you need to go back and watch the pod.
I
I
watched the
feel
first
like,
episode, but then I fell
yeah,
asleep on it because it was late at night. And so then
got
when I
you.
went when it referred it back to me, when it suggested it back to me, it was already it's like watch this episode. And so I
Okay.
just stopped. I just started there.
No, I really enjoyed him in the pods. I feel like he was very, to me, very open and honest. He
Mm-hmm.
let both of them know, like, it's some other girl I'm feeling too. Like both of them knew of the other girl. And they both knew like he was feeling both of them. So I feel like, in that part he was very honest about his feelings and very upfront. So it was never like, oh well, I didn't know you was talking to somebody else, or I didn't know you was into somebody else. I feel like Shane, like I feel like he kind of tried to play the game and then end up getting caught up.
Mm.
But I feel like, Jerry was very open and upfront about the connections that he made in the pod. So I did like that about him.
Okay. So do you feel like his connection was deeper with Mallory? That's her name, right? Than with
Yes.
Iyanna?
It's hard because like he said, like he had days where like he was like really feeling her, and then he had days where he was really feeling Iyanna. So like I really didn't know which way he was going to go until the day up, and I was like, oh dang, like he's gonna ask Mallory. But I felt like if it was one of those days, like him and Iyanna was clicking, he would have went with Iyanna. So that's kind of hard. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like they had different connections on different levels because if you notice, he never told Mallory about him getting stabbed. He only told Iyanna.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of different too, of where they were in the connection. He felt more comfortable and more connected with her to tell her something that was very personal to him. Like him and Mallory, then I didn't feel like had those type of conversation. It was more of like the similarities that they had, like they both were from Chicago, or maybe he was from Chicago and she liked the Chicago Bears, kind
Mm-hmm.
of that. Like they connected more on that. But I feel like him and Iyanna had a deeper, more emotional type of connection.
Okay, I wonder, like sometimes we connect people, we could connect with people on a superficial level, and then sometimes we connect with people on a spiritual, emotional level or whatever. And so maybe he had, and I think the superficial level, not that it's not real, but sometimes it won't last. Like I think him and Mallory would have been like a fun time. I think their personalities would have matched well together, but I don't think either one of them, I don't think either one of them would have challenged each other to be who they needed each other to be, if that makes sense. So.
No, we do. Cause she even said like he was her normal type that she would go for.
Mhm.
And I feel like that was the safe option for her, but I feel like she knew that wasn't the
The right out.
like the right option. Like that wasn't something that was gonna last long term. So
Mhm. That's weird though, like how you can really, really, connect with somebody, vibe with somebody, and they not be your one, not be your person. Like that's something to think about. That maybe
hmm
the people that we're trying to date or trying to go after, maybe we think they're our person because we have so much in common and we vibe so much, but they're not the person that's going to challenge us to be better. That's going to make
yeah.
it, they're not the spiritual person you need to take that y'all can take the
hmm
relationship to the next level with. That's something to think about. Okay, so what everybody's talking about, before I go there, I'm gonna read some of these comments that people said about Jarrette and Iyanna. I'm saying her name right. It's Iyanna, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. Look.
It said Jarrette really won. Iyanna is effing perfect with his ashy, opportunist, raggedy, receding hairline having a. He better not play with sis. I'm rooting for her happiness though, so I guess love is blind. Okay. And then another person said, these people's going in. Okay. Another person said Jarrette opened up to Iyanna about the reason he is looking for a serious relationship is because he got stabbed and he was alone in the hospital and realized he needed excuse me, deeper connections just for that Mallory to be like, I just want to watch the game, and he's like, you're my number one. I guess yeah, that's funny. He said he wanted a deeper connection, and she was keeping it, she was keeping it basic. I don't know, I really like this episodes of Love Is Blind because I feel like all the women were very transparent and they were
hmm
very open and vulnerable, and I think that was a good thing to see. People just being themselves and embracing their. So, as everybody talked about in there, so he was going to choose Mallory, right? And
hmm
when she said that she was going for Sal, he broke down and cried before he then picked himself up. And I get, and then went and proposed to Iyanna. Now I get it's a TV show, and that's the name of the game. You're gonna make multiple connections, but how do you feel if that was you, and you go back and watch that the person that you ended up with chose somebody else first, and then came to you as like a consolation prize, and you had to watch him cry over not getting the person that he wanted, first. Like, do you
Yeah.
think you could do that?
I felt like I probably would have felt like her, felt like, the rebound
Yeah.
in that moment. I mean, because I mean, what else would you feel like? So I feel like her feelings were very much so accurate. Um, I honestly I don't even know how I would handle that situation. I would literally have to be in it to know. But then I felt at the same time like she really did care for him. And even though she felt like the rebound, she still wanted to see because she still knew like he still cared for her, but I don't know. It would be hard though. Most definitely would be hard. And you could tell like she struggled with making that decision. Like, do I go for it, even though I feel like I was his second option.
And see, yeah, I get it's a show, and I guess that's I don't know because it's like I don't know that I could have went forward knowing that I was his second option. It's like in real life we could be somebody's second option, but we don't have
I
to
was
watch.
just gonna say
We don't have to watch it on TV though, so we can pretend like we always was the first option. But on TV, you got your friends that can remind you constantly, and you gotta watch it and watch him cry with that towel and be like, "Oh my gosh, you said no." But wait a minute. You're you're still there. I can get on one knee and maybe see if I can sway you. I made a mistake. I ain't picked the right one. You know what I'm saying? She might as well have both of them up there when they was about to get married. Be like, do you say yes or do you say yes? Like, which one of y'all? I just want one of y'all. But a little bit of me. But so okay, so she took the engagement. Did she know he proposed to Mallory first?
I think so. I think so because she made the comment like I feel like I was your second option. So she did
She had to
because
know.
and then she even asked him like, so if Mallory would have had said yes, what would you have done? Would you still would have married her? So she did know.
He would have tried. He would have tried to marry her. But yeah, okay. So yeah. I don't know. I don't think I would say yes then. Like it's one thing not to know and you say yes and then you go back and look at him like you low down dirty. But it's another thing to know. I don't know. I don't know about that. But I think we have to think about who Iyanna is. Like she
Yeah.
comes from a broken home because her mom gave her up. Luckily she was adopted. She's at 21. She met these people at 18 and they adopted her at 21. But I feel like she's looking for love, she's looking for stability, and she's probably looking for her own family. And so she probably just look at it as this is a chance at love that I might not get again. So even though I wasn't his first choice, this is a game show, and why not give it a chance? And it worked out for her. So and spoiler alert, we're gonna tell the end. So if you haven't watched it all, you want to click off, but save the video, come back later. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe and whatever. All right, so yeah, so it did work out for her. So yeah, so where I started off at is them in Mexico, right? And so I had already knew about the whole he chose the other girl first, because everybody that I know that's watching Love and Blind, that's saying, I can't believe he chose the other girl. So I knew about it even though I didn't see it. And I don't know if this is the first episode or not, but they're when they all meet each other, like the ones that they didn't pick and stuff, and he's at the bar with Mallory, and they just having a good old time. They just smiling and laughing, and they really made it hard to like either one of them. At this point, I was thinking, like, what are their true reasons for being on the show? Because you made your decisions, right? You made your choices, but it was like they was backtracking. They're like, oh, they were flirting with each other. He's like, am I what you thought I was? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I as cute? And that ring, that's nice, but that ain't what you really wanted. You wanted a gold ring. And, you know, I felt disrespected for her because Iyanna comes out as so sweet and so nice and so accommodating, and for him to go on this, and for him to be at the bar with Mallory, somebody he had feelings for that he was just crying in the towel with, I felt like it was disrespectful. And I thought she handled it well because she didn't address it at all. Even though Sal was out there crying, Sal wasn't playing with it. He was ready to go. He's like, I'm ready to go home. Well, we're not talking about Sal, but I kind of feel like at that moment, Sal decided, I'm gonna make her fall for me and I'm gonna drop her. I feel like he cried that night. He's like, I'm about to play this game. I'm gonna make that heifer fall for me and I'm gonna leave her at the altar. Because he looked hurt. He wanted to come out. He's like, I'm hurt.
He did.
But
He did.
but yeah, so I just thought that was very disrespectful. How they were just smiling in each other's faces and laughing at that bar. That should have been snatched up. I can't believe that both, like, neither one of their significant others, like, went and said something separate.
Girl.
At least hugged and say what's going on. Da da da. Like, I mean, or do you feel like they deserved that time because everything had just happened? Or
First off, I would have went over there and I would have snatched my husband up, my fiance. What?
Exactly.
Excuse me. What's going on? We
Okay.
all need to talk. We all need to talk as a group. Do we need to call Sal over here? Like, what's
Right.
up? Do we all need to have a conversation? Um, I feel like, they probably felt like they needed that closure, but I feel like the closure should have been very fast
Mhm.
and over with and okay, get back over here. Like they
The
was a
smile.
little laughing, kicking a
Mhm.
little too long. They was a little too close. But I also feel like Jerry was like trying to like low key kind of play her like, yeah, like you could have had this, but you chose that, and now I got my girl, and she good. Like she
Mhm.
got the ring she want. She
Yeah.
got the ring that
He
she
got her second
wanted.
place ring. No, I'm
Like,
kidding.
like we good in the hood over here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like he
Yeah.
kind of knew. He kind of knew too, like she wasn't feeling like Sal like that either, and she obviously made it clear. So I feel like he played on that too. So,
And she
but
fell for it because she was all like, he's like, is he a guy you would have went for? Like, if you picked him, I'm like, yeah, he's somebody I would have went for. My man is handsome, I
yeah,
don't
she
know.
retarded
She
because
right
he
here
was
like,
like, yeah,
yeah. She deserved to be left at the altar. But we talk about her another day. Uh, she irritates me. She should have just went after the person she wanted because he wanted her. And it could have been a whole different story. She could have. Then she'd have left him. She'd have been like, "He's not really what I want." Da, da, da. She don't want to be happy.
they wouldn't have last.
Yeah, they wouldn't have lasted at all. See, I feel like the only reason him and Iyanna have lasted is because of Iyanna and her patience. I don't feel like he's really ready. I mean, he might do what he got to do, and they like make it work,
Yeah.
and she might like overlook stuff because she wants this family. But I don't think he's actually ready for the commitment that he just made. I think that he thinks like men have this fear of being alone, and so I think he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to be alone, but he's not ready to commit. You know what I mean? Like he really just I think he playing it. I think he's playing it. I don't know. It turned me the wrong way when he was at the bar with old girl. And I know you say you feel like he's like, look what you could have. He smiled
Yeah.
too long for me. It just was uncomfortable for me to watch. And when they were smiling and kikiing in each other's face, I was just like, that is so disrespectful.
No, I most definitely would have said something, but I don't know. I got faith. I got faith in Jared,
Yeah, thank you. Okay,
and
good,
I
good.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
reunion come, they gonna be good.
Well, I saw her on she was interviewed on something and she said they're good, but she seems like, she might be participating in struggle love, you know what I'm saying? Like all this, we're gonna work through it and we're gonna make it work and it's hard and
I mean, but you do have to think like this is like a life changing experience in a
yeah,
short amount of time. It's not
yeah,
like they dated for a long period of
yeah.
time. He had time to, be like, okay, this is my wife, even though he shouldn't have went on the show. But you still know that you want love. So that is a drastic change in a short amount of time. You go on there, you talk to somebody in the past, you propose in a week, and then in less than a month, y'all getting married. So it's a big change for everybody, for the people that
I
got
need to show in
engaged,
my life.
for their families. Like for their families, you even see how the
Mhm.
families reacted when they was like, "What? You getting married in a week?
Yeah,
Like what? Like we don't even know this person. We haven't even
for
got
sure.
time." So I feel like it's a big change for everyone to try to adjust to. And I mean, when you're so used to having that single lifestyle, it's not something that, changes overnight. Sometimes it takes a little adjustment. And I feel like guys, it just always takes longer for them. I feel like for women, it's easy to kind of adjust our lifestyles. But guys, it just take a little work for them sometimes. But I got faith.
You got faith in them. Okay.
I got faith
I think I lost a little
in
bit of
him.
faith when she's like, let's talk about you going out. And she's like, I'm not even asking you to come in at 1 a.m. And I thought, wow, but 1 a.m. is late. And she went at least by
Yeah.
3. And I was like, what you mean by 3? Like, what time is he? Is he spending the night out? Like, what you mean come home by 3? And I know he
Yeah.
said, you're right. That's something I need to change. And that was
But he
a no.
even thought 3 was too late. He was like 3 o'clock. Like I wouldn't even come in at that time. So he knew not to even walk in the house at 3 o'clock though.
No, but he
Like,
had to be coming in after 3 because if her answer was, "Can you at least come in by 3?" that means he was out to 6. He was spending the night out basically.
Well, you know what? I didn't even think about it like that. Maybe so, but maybe she just need a little back because let it be me. I'm where you at? Clubs close at 2.
Okay,
Strip
it's too
clubs don't
dangerous
stay
to be
open
out in
that late.
Chicago all night.
Hey, clubs close at 2. You should at least be home by 3. And I think that's probably where she was getting at. Like the clubs close at 2. So you should be home by 3 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. Well, me is gonna be like, hey, we need to go out together.
But I think that was the issue too, because he did ask her out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she never wanted to go out with him. So she got to kind of work on that too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm okay with, I don't like going out a lot, but I'm okay with going out every now and then. And if we newly married, I'm coming with you. I don't know in Chicago though. I'm like, can we go somewhere? Can we go to the town up? Because they do a little too much. I'm trying to make it home to my baby, but I guess they got good sides in Chicago too. Maybe we can hang out downtown, lock our doors. What they say on the website: lock your doors, be aware of your
Don't
surroundings.
go the wrong way.
Look, don't take that left turn. So,
but
yeah,
I feel
I guess
she needed to work on, going out with him too, because
yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you still want to go out and have fun with your significant other. You don't want to just sit at home. I know I don't. Like, I mean,
well, maybe
once
she's
I
not
get
comfortable
somebody,
in the club environment.
Maybe so. Well, sometimes you got to go to the places you ain't comfortable with, especially
Just
when
say
it's
maybe he
women
can
that.
meet her halfway and like go to like a lounge or a bar. You know what I'm saying? Since
Maybe
she's not,
so.
since she's not
Yeah.
that type. Since that's not her style. They can meet each other
Yeah.
halfway so they can hang
But
together.
yeah, but she even made that comment too. She was like, "You don't think that'll be like a problem for us because you real like out there, and I'm kind of like staying home, like." And she was like, "You don't think that'll be a problem?" So I think that's just her, like that's her personality.
Yeah, she does seem very passive, but I lost hope right then. I was like, I feel like he don't even want to do right. I was like, I just don't understand. I guess I'm not a man, but I can't imagine being, newly engaged and having somebody living in my house, and like it ain't like that. Like dang, like y'all ain't been there a month yet. Like you can't at least push that off for a little while. Get her acclimated, get her to know your friends, feel comfortable, and then let's go party together. You just back. You like, hey, I gotta go out. I gotta go out here and see what's moving. I don't know. I just like he not ready for this. Like he's like I felt like some of the other guys understood, like they were single before this too, but they understood like once you become somebody's fiance, somebody's husband, like unless the woman that you're with, unless they're on that same level, like tone it down, find a happy medium because you did choose her and you knew how she was, and vice versa. He knew how she knew how he was. But like, let's give it time before we just jump in the club together. I mean, I'd been ready, okay, because I like going out, every.
I'll be like, I got my shoes on. Where we going tonight?
Where we going? Right? Not in Chicago though. But if they had been anywhere else, I'd been ready. But maybe on that boat was really pretty, that bachelorette boat or whatever. So I was wondering, like the night before or whatever, when she met his parents, I was a little shocked because his parents were like so like grounded, and they were like, it was beautiful. I just love hearing people talk about love.
It was. I almost cried. They were like just so happy for him. I was like, oh.
Yeah. And I think his mom was happy to see him. I mean, this is like a shocking, process, but I think she was just happy to see him happy, and to see that he had somebody, that he loved.
Yeah. His daddy was finna cry. That's what did it for me. When his daddy was about to cry, he was like, just let me perform the ceremony. Like, let me. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That's why, like that to me, I don't, I know people can put on a facade and all that stuff, but it was like they were just like, you would think because his parents seemed like, of course we don't know them in real life, but they seemed like they were so well adjusted, and they were so happy, and like they were like best friends. Like they weren't together just because we just old and we paying our bills together. It seemed like they actually liked each other. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too.
And you would have thought that it wouldn't have took for him to get stabbed to say, I want this. You know what I'm saying? Like when you grow up watching people genuinely love each other, it seemed like you would want that life for yourself. So I just think it's weird that it took something so traumatic for him to go.
Yeah. Well, I ended up seeing like before they walked down the aisle, they had like Jarrette. I think it said Jarrette something, but that's his stepmom. He never talked about his actual mom. So I wondered like what was that situation like too, because that was his stepmom. I didn't even know that was his stepmom. It seemed like his mom, but they had stepmom on the thing. So that makes me think like what happened to like his mom
Is
and his
she
dad
gone?
and
Because if
stuff
she
like
went at the
that.
wedding at all, maybe she's not alive.
That too, yeah. So
But I think he would have mentioned that though. Like if she
that's
was,
what I thought too. So it's like maybe she just wasn't there for him as a kid. Like I don't know.
Well, that would make sense, because like a lot of time boys, when they have mother issues, they start to dislike women. Even if they don't do it intentionally. You know what I mean? But they have like this resentment towards women if they have okay, that would make sense if his mom wasn't in his life, and even though he was loved by his stepmom, he probably still has this resentment towards women. But then he got stabbed, and he's like, I need somebody. It's like I'm about to put this on hold. I'm gonna get somebody up in here. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I can rock with that answer. Okay, so I didn't know that was his stepmom. I thought that was his mom. But yeah, okay, that was cool. All right, well, so I guess that explains a little bit more to me. Then I can stop judging him so hard because.
Thank you. Stop judging my boy. I got faith in him.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder what. Oh, he is in Chicago. I wonder why he got stabbed. I wonder what happened.
I don't know, but he said it was a really close friend. So I'm like, I don't know
Really?
No, he said it was a really good friend of his, like somebody that he thought like, and yeah, he never like went into details. So yeah, I don't know what it was behind, or maybe it was a behind the woman. Like I don't know. Because if you even see how he stabbed, like he like went like down, like
Yeah,
it's
I
like
saw that mark.
Yes, I'm like, oh, he tried to like take him out.
All right. I worry, or not worry, because that's a strong word to use. But when I think of Iyanna, she seems like such a gentle soul, from what we've met on the show. And she seems so caring and kind. And I just hope that she doesn't get, like she doesn't make all these sacrifices. I like that she's transparent. I like that she, voices how she feels. She's okay about being in her emotions. I think that's a beautiful thing when people can accept, being vulnerable and letting somebody know how they feel like that. I don't know. Do you watch Grey's Anatomy?
Girl, I started, I stop, I start, I stop, I start. But I know the characters if it's from like the early on.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple of episodes, but I was with Angel and she was watching it, and the episode where she's like, I want choose me, love me, da da da.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like she is. She's like a person who is like, choose me, love me, be with me. I want you, be with me. And I feel like she's vulnerable enough that she'll let somebody in and she'll let them know. But at the same time, I feel like she would allow somebody to run over her and maybe not stand her ground so much. And I feel like she seems like the type of person that, she doesn't want to cause conflict, so she say things, and then even it might bother her, she might let it go,
Yeah.
And I think dealing with somebody like Jarrette, to me, that's dangerous, because I feel like he would take advantage of that. And not even if he was trying to be manipulative or anything, but I feel like men are just, even if it's not him, I feel like men just always do what's best for them. And if you don't set boundaries, if you don't find your footing, you'll be quickly living their lives, right? Because that's why you don't really hear men saying, I just feel like I'm somebody's dad. I feel like I'm somebody's husband. But you hear women say that all the time, like, I've lost myself. I'm somebody's wife. I'm somebody's mom. I don't know who I am anymore, because the man not gonna let you turn him into somebody's dad, somebody's husband. He's gonna live his life. He's gonna do the things he needs to do to feel fulfilled. While a lot of times we're the ones who make the sacrifices. So I just hope that she finds her footing, and not in a negative way, but I hope they're able to communicate, and she's able to really explain to Jarrette what she needs from him. So let's go to the wedding day. Did you think they were gonna make? What did you think was gonna happen?
I don't know. I was a little scared.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't so much worried more about him. I was more so worried about Iyanna because in the back of her head, she just always felt like she was his second choice.
Right.
So I feel like that was like really bothering her. So I really didn't know what she was gonna choose.
And she talked about that even like on the bachelorette part, at the bachelorette party. It was still bothering her. So when she was interviewed recently, like after all this or whatever, and they asked her about it, she said, well, I did really suffer with that, while we were still in the pods, or not in the pods, but like after they had met. But she said by the time they got to Mexico, she was over it. And I feel like that wasn't the truth because she kept bringing it up throughout. Maybe she doesn't remember
Yeah.
because it was real life for her. So she don't remember what order it happened. But I feel like even the day before, she was still struggling with the idea that she wasn't his
Yeah.
first choice. That, he
Yeah.
picked Mallory first. And then I think because he wasn't, I feel like he didn't do the extra stuff. Like when you watch Sal, I know he didn't pick her, but I feel like he was on vengeance. But when you watch Sal and when you
Baby,
watch, huh?
Sal was singing too much for me. He
You
could
were
have
saying
cut
a little
back
too
on
much.
some of that.
Yeah.
And the singing wasn't
It wasn't it.
never
That
mind.
wasn't it. I'm with you. But he was doing what he knew how to do. He was
He
trying to be
was.
sweet. All I'm saying is like I feel like and I know we don't get to see everything, but I didn't see like the small touches to let her know that like you're important here. Like
When
like
they had a little date night, she
they
made
did
a
have a date.
comment, and the next day he made a date night. Well, I don't know if it was the next day, but he had planned a cute little date for
Yeah.
them.
Would you do
I
that
think,
that thing? I kind of want to do that now.
girl, I kind of want to do it. I'd be scared, but I most definitely do it.
We're gonna have to fly into Chicago and like leave before it's dark. Like
I
go.
cannot. And then he cooked dinner, I think, one night too. And then
Okay.
the whole little camera thing was so cute to me. She was like so freaking excited about the camera
Gets
when they got
excited
to
about everything.
Mexico. When they got to Mexico, but she was super excited about the little Polaroid camera.
Yeah.
Like that was like, so I feel like he did kind of pay attention to like certain things that she liked in the pod. It was obviously something she said in the pod. Then she talked about how she wanted to wear tennis shoes at the wedding. He bought her the tennis shoes. So it was
Those were
kind of,
cute. I looked them
it was
up. You know how much the
little
shoes
things.
cost? They're $175. I mean, maybe for sneakerheads, that's not a lot, but I was like, no, ma'am, I'm not buying those.
Yeah, they wasn't $175 cute for me. But I just thought that was real sweet. It was like
It's
the
cute if somebody
little
else bought it.
thing. It was the little things that she made
Yeah,
comments about that he
to know
did.
that
So
he
I
listening.
did,
You're
yes.
right. You're
But
right.
I would be mad if he doing all that and you leave me at the altar. Like, what was all that for? Like, you over
Yeah.
here got me falling in love. You over here
Hmm.
serenading me and stuff. I'm
Hmm.
thinking we
Like
finna
Sal
be
did.
together.
You
That's
bring
what I'm
a
talking
whole
about.
band.
I'm talking about Sal. You done brought the
Oh, yeah.
mariachi band. You singing for me every day, making
Yeah.
dinners, got the rose petal, got the candles lit, and then you leave me
I'm telling
at
you,
the
Sal
altar.
at the beach when he watched, like I saw it in his eye. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna set this heifer up." Was they dipping on him? No, he said right there. He said, "Okay, make him love you, then you dip on him." Yeah, and I
I can't believe he did that.
know. But yeah, yeah, that was disrespectful.
I cannot believe he did
Sal was
that.
a gangster right there, and then he
Like
was
that threw me for a curveball when he said, "I cannot." I said,
And then
"Oh,
when I know we ain't on sound that, but that's just funny to me because she was like, do you want to continue this relationship?" He said, "Oh, let's just give it 2 days." You know what I'm saying? We go let's revisit this
he
later.
said,
Okay.
yes, I do." She said, "But are you sure? Like, are you sure this is what you want?" He was like, "Yeah, let's take a little time." I'm like,
Well, Sal Sal really Sal really showed himself. I mean,
he did.
hey, I don't
And
even hate.
Mallory's
I
sister,
think
I
Sal
know
did
she
what
was
he had to
mad.
do. And that's why I don't date dudes with a whole bunch of sisters because I feel like they'll keep a bunch of mess in our relationship. And like, women know other women. And so like you ain't gonna never be able to get nothing over because they're gonna be right there. This is what she mean and this is what she gonna do. And I feel like they cheered him on the whole way. They was like, leave her, she ain't it. They didn't like her vibe. I'm serious. That's what that
I
was.
don't think so.
That's definitely what it was. They met her, they
They
read
said
right
they
through
liked
her.
her. They said they really liked her, and they hope
They
that
said that
they
for the
made it.
cameras. They met her and they read right through her. They was like, she don't like you, Sal. She don't like you like that. She just gonna use you. I don't even think Sal probably make that much. They said Sal's in hospitality, so I mean, she probably. I ain't judging, what people do or not, but I'm just saying she probably ain't missing a lot.
I cannot.
But Sal was my favorite. I would have dated Sal. Like I mean, we would have to do a makeover. We had to cut that hair, and we had to get some new clothes. But other than that,
And stop the singing.
Please stop.
Yeah.
maybe I could have introduced him to karaoke. But I'm gonna talk about Sal tomorrow. But Sal
I would
was
have went for Jarrette. I would.
You would have went for Jarrette.
I would have. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I would have went for Jarrette.
As soon as Jarrette would have told me I got stabbed, and I realized next I don't need nobody that got.
But like they didn't even talk about it. Like she didn't ask no questions. Like, okay, so what happened? What is that? Is he locked up? Like, because what if he ever come back? Thank you. Like, I need to know these things. So maybe later on, maybe they went more in depth about it.
Yeah, maybe they didn't make the camera.
Yeah.
Because I need to know, is he in jail? Are his homeboys picked up too? Because this Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know maybe I might be overacting. It's just like y'all make the news a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I need to know.
I would want to know too.
Yeah.
Like, what was it for? What happened? What kind
of what type of life are you living? You have to ask those questions for real. I know everybody that gets harmed isn't doing something bad, but sometimes because of the company we keep, we put ourselves in this situation. So because they say he's like a barber, he has a podcast. It had a million things on his. Jarrette out here doing everything.
Maybe he didn't cut somebody hair right or something. I don't know.
Why he didn't do his? Like, why he won't? Okay. They say he's a sneaker dealer, a barber, and a podcast. He's also a healthcare consultant, whatever that means.
Yeah, he out there doing a lot. He did make me mad though, because I'm trying to figure out why you didn't cut your hair for your wedding day. And why do you have this do-rag on and your hair ain't freshly cut?
Your hair is not together. It's like,
baby, they said as much as he keep that do-rag on and still ain't got no wave.
They got a wave to see. He might as well let that go. It's like, what you wearing the do-rag for? I ain't hate, like, your hair is your hair. I'm not hair shaming, but what's the do-rag for?
Definitely could have got a fresh haircut. If not a haircut, he could have got a lineup.
Yeah. I think he's probably about 6'2", you think? Or is she just that short?
No, I think he said he was pretty tall because she made a comment. She was like, I'm gonna just have back issues for the rest of my life. But he is tall. I think he is like 6'1" or 6'2", something like that.
Okay, because I was like, dudes when they tall, they feel like they don't have to try as hard because they know they tall. So
he most definitely should have cut that hair. I would have been like, sir. I don't know if maybe he just felt like because it wasn't like it. Not that it wasn't their wedding, but like maybe they gonna actually really get married again. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He could have got a haircut because all the other guys came out looking Rico Suave, and
then that was Jarrette. Well, he is handsome. Give him that.
He is.
And she's really pretty, in my opinion. So,
yeah, she is so pretty. He most definitely won.
And she has an angelic personality, unless she was playing it all. But she just seems so sweet.
No, I feel like that's her. Like, she's really goofy. You can tell, like, she's goofy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So. I couldn't stop laughing at the end when she's like, I feel like he's out there, maybe getting drunk. And then he's in there like, hey. I was like, he's getting drunk. That's what
he is. But yeah. So I wonder how that's going to play out.
I want her, I can't wait to this reunion because I don't think she's going to tell the truth. I feel like, people at this stage got to save face. So even if it don't work out, like, who going to tell somebody, like, hey, I don't like this dude. Like, it ain't working out. We doing our best. But, like,
I'm wondering to see how stuff is with everybody. If Mallory and Sal, like, work things out or reconcile, or maybe they're dating now. Like, I want to know.
No. Mallory and Sal ain't getting together. Sal had it out. No, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
I think they said Dfw. I have you say her name, D, and Didnt. There we go. Didnt and Sal were singing together, and I think they'd be a good couple because they're both giving and loving. I think that's a good match. You don't think so? I think so.
I can't see them together. I would have to see them together to be able to see them together. But they are very loving, but I would have to see them together. But that, I mean, hey, like I said, everybody was in the pods. Everybody was talking to everybody, so it could be possible, you know.
Yeah,
that was another connection that he built. So.
Well, yeah. Well, so the day of the wedding day, they showed up. Like you said, he did the small things. He got the tennis shoes, and she looked so pretty in her dress, and he looked, he looked nice. And he said, he gave his little vows about how much he loved her. I knew he was gonna pick her, and I'm gonna be honest, I was hoping she wasn't gonna pick him because I felt like, I'm not gonna say she could do better because I don't feel like he's a bad choice. I just feel like, do you want a life of wondering? That's what I think. Like, can she can she handle the fact that she wasn't his first choice? Like, if she can let it go and they can get a fresh start, and she was crying the night before. You know what I mean? Like, so it's really, you have to ask yourself, can she weather that storm? Can she move past the fact that he wasn't? I mean, I know, like I don't know.
I think she can. I think they good. I think they're gonna be good.
They're gonna be good. Well, let's hope they are, because they married now, and we need our divorce rates to go down. So we need them to make it work.
They're gonna stay married. They're gonna be the next Cameron and Lauren. I got faith.
I don't even know who that is, but they sound like they stay
from
together.
The first season of
I haven't seen the first season. I know. I haven't seen the first season. I will go watch it. I'm not really big on TV. And so, like, I decided I was doing the virtual love game. So I was like, I'm going to start talking about different love shows. So I took one of my Saturdays. And not that I had to force myself, because it was a good show, but I just don't watch TV like that,
Well, you need to watch the first one.
Okay, I'll watch the first one. I think the next thing that after I finish this, the next thing I'm going to review, definitely going to do the Twitter, not Twitter, the Tinder Swindler.
Yeah, Swindler.
Definitely gonna do that one. And Ready for Love, because some people ignorant out there. I won't talk about
that. My mama would love that show.
I don't like that they get rid of them so quick. It's like, how they supposed to find connections if they gone every week,
Yeah.
And then what if you connecting with somebody one week and then you not connecting with next week, and he eliminate all your other possible connections? It's like what's the point of this game?
They're gonna leave the show and go find that person they connected with, because that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. All right, I'll be taking number. Hey, just because you get eliminated.
Yeah.
I'll slide your number over here.
Yeah. We can hook up afterwards,
Right, you already shoot. You ain't lying though. You need to go, even if you get eliminated. No, you can't get eliminated early. But at least if you can stay at least like the last 5, something where people get to know your name and you can grow your social media following, and then you can sell them anything, start your YouTube. You paid for life now. Like, and I feel like that's the bad part about it, because people gonna go on there just for that reason. Like, because now I'm gonna go see, can I apply? See if they come to Dallas, see can I be on Ready for Love? Maybe I could do a mix and mingle like that. I'm gonna get some people. I'm working. I'm gonna make some calls tonight, make some messages. But yeah, so it was beautiful. I was glad I was okay that she said yes. They're pretty together. I hope he actually takes care of her. Because another thing that turned me out, I'm just telling you, he had a couple strikes with me. I didn't like when he was talking about her potentially not having money. I didn't like that.
I did not feel like he said it. I think you just mixing up his words, because I don't think he said it like that.
They said, what is one thing that you're nervous about with this relationship? And he said, finances, because she's going back for her master's. She wants to be a doula, and somebody has to pay for that. That's a lot. Mm-hmm.
But that's the truth. He knew that financially, like, that's anybody. When you go back to school, he was like, she's not gonna be able to work full time and go to school. And that's the truth. You cannot work full time and go back to school.
So do these men be the protector, the provider, or what? Like, they got a lot of excuses, because he doesn't have to pay for her to go to school.
But he's saying he know he gonna. Yes, that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. I mean, what you mean? What's wrong with that? He's scared. I mean, you are you are
You
becoming
want a
this.
family.
You're becoming her husband, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure it is scary for me. And I feel like that's probably another reason a lot of men don't want to have to get married, because now
Mm-hmm.
you have to be the man of the house. You have to support. You have
Mm-hmm.
to support us. So I
Yeah.
mean, that's probably scary. That that's just like
He's
when I became a mom.
right.
That scared me because now I have to support this little one. I have
Uh-huh.
to make sure at all times I got money to support. That's scary. So I just think that's what he was saying. I don't feel like he was saying it in a bad way, like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, like I'm gonna have to take care of her. She ain't gonna have no money. She's gonna go back to school. He was just like, she going back to school. She wanna further her education. She can't work two jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what he was saying. Stop trying to find the bad in Jerry,
I'm not.
okay?
I'm really not. I'm really not. I just when I heard that, like, he was like red flag, red flag, red flag. Because I feel like those type of people just, hey, you quit your job. I got you. Then they be on the phone with their homeboy. She ain't got no job. She ain't bringing no money. You know, I'm sick of that. I just feel like I know, like you said, becoming a parent is scary. I agree with that. Um, but it's like it's a natural progress. I mean, it's scary, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like when I became a mom, it's just like it just is what it is once you become a mom.
I mean, it's like your instincts kick in, but it's
Yeah.
still
But
scary.
he's
You
a
have to take
man, so
care of
I feel like his instinct should be I want to make sure she's good because I'm choosing this person. Like he
but
actually chose her, you know
yeah,
what
he did. But I
I'm
feel
saying?
like we put a lot of stuff on the men too.
Because
And
they're
I
the
think
men.
this is the yes, and I feel like that's, one of the things that they talk about a lot is that we don't fully understand the weight that's on them when they have to be the man of the house, or when they are the man that has to take care. Like, I feel like we got to cut them a little slack too, because yes, they are the men, that's what they're
Yeah.
supposed to do, but
Did you
it is
know
still a lot
that
too.
75% of Black households are ran by the woman, and
Oh,
then
I can
most
believe
men
it.
who get married up, and the woman makes the money. So we the ones that stressed. Okay, so
I
it's because
mean, we are the ones making the money now, that is for sure.
so I mean, I just feel like maybe we need some ceremonies or something to like bring them into adulthood. Like this is your responsibility, and it's not even a bad responsibility. Like you get to provide for the people that you love. Because I'm hoping you're not just picking anybody, right? So you get
Yeah,
to provide for the people you love. And one thing we know about women, most women, there's always an exception. Like we gonna love hard whoever we feel like is our protector and our
yeah,
provider. So he gets to put this in, put in the time and the money right now. But she's not just gonna be sitting down for a couple of years. Like one day she's gonna have this master's, one day she's gonna be a doula, and she's gonna love you. And when she out earns you, because that's what we do. When she out earns you, she's gonna put it back into you. And that's what makes us a family. That's what makes us a
yeah,
partnership. So like I don't understand him being afraid of this. I feel like he should take this as this is my chance. That when I told her dad that I had her, you know what I'm saying? When I proposed to her, when her dad gave her to me and I said, I got her, like I'm gonna take care of her, I'm gonna take over this responsibility. Like that's a thing of pride, not something to fear. Like you're becoming a man. When you're taking care of yourself, you're just you. When you take on the responsibilities of a family, you become a man. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, I get it.
I'm giving Jared a hard time, Jesus.
But I do hope they make it. I did have some red flags for Jarrette, but it might just be me because
She got all red flags for Jared. Like, there is
Jarrette,
no
yeah,
green flag. Where is the green flag?
him and Sean and what's that other boy? Nick, I think they were just red flag, red flag, red flag.
Was
Ah,
not the red flag. You know what? The red flag was Nick still picking Danielle after she showed her tail.
yes.
That was the red flag.
Red flag is that Nick is gonna be Bruce Jenner in 2 to 4 years.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm logging out.
You thought it too. Me and my sister talking about that. We was like, we're not sure about him. We're not just. But I can't see nobody choosing Danielle. I mean, but not that she's not beautiful, not that she's not worthy to be loved. She's just stressful. She's just stressful. She's red flags too. So.
She is stressful. Her backside stressed me out too because she need a little
She needs to go get therapy and a BBL. Not just playing.
Baby, she ain't got nothing to move back.
Yeah, she's small, and I guess she said she lost about 60 pounds or whatever.
I think like 60 or
Oh, so
70.
I mean, if I was her and I lost 70 pounds, I wouldn't care where the weight went. I don't care how it feels, as long as it falls off. So that's probably what she's thinking, like whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she could do a couple squats. But yeah, I really hope that Jarrette and Iyanna make it, especially because I really really like Iyanna and I think she deserves it, and I want to see her happy. So I hope she wasn't playing us on here and she toxic. So, and here I am talking
I
about
think that was
Jarrette,
her.
and she's like, but
Exactly. They're gonna
yeah.
make it. They
So
gonna
yeah, we
make
gotta do
it.
an update on this maybe a year from now, see if they're still together and where are they now, and see if they're still together.
All right, me and my husband will be on here updating.
Yeah. So guys, if you don't know, I can't tell you all the people that's gonna be on the show because they don't need to know each other. So you don't know who you will get matched up with. But we are on the virtual love games. I am putting people together. And it's gonna be Dfw Love, so you have to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you're not in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you can still inbox me. And when I get to your city, I'll pull your name. But right now, I want to focus on Dallas-Fort Worth, and we're gonna find love matches. We're gonna hook them up. It's gonna be a virtual love game, so they won't see each other. They're gonna be in the pods, but now they're gonna be at their house. The cameras off.
I can't.
And we're gonna let them talk, and I'll ask questions. And then if they decide they want to go on a date because they feel like they have a connection, then they'll have a blind date, and they'll probably record the outfit selection. We're gonna find local restaurants that are locally owned so that we can support the local economy, all right?
Okay.
And I'm still gonna check the menu ahead of time, make sure they got a 2 for 20. And I'm gonna pay for them to go out and record it, and it's gonna be beautiful. So yeah.
Wow, that sounds great.
So yeah, I'm
Okay. Black
excited.
love in the DFW.
Loving the
Okay.
DFW. Well, before we go, just tell everybody about your lip gloss one more time, and then
Yes, so check out 15 Again. It's www.15again.com.
ooh,
I am having a sale right now. All my lip glosses are $3. We sold out of the eyelashes, y'all. So just
my
go
friend
buy y'all
Olivia
some lip
here
gloss.
at the end. At the end, you're late. You're late.
Okay, I was told the wrong time. You said 8:30
No,
my
you were not.
time. You said 8:30 my time. I remember.
I said 8:30 my time.
You didn't say my time. You said 8:30. I said what time it started? You said 8:30. I said okay, cool. I can make it then. And then it's 8:30 my time.
I mean, I ain't gonna even say nothing. I'm just mind my business.
Well, we were leaving, but if you want to say how you feel about Iyanna and what's the boy name, Jarrette?
I feel like when he chose her second, that was the wrong move. He should have just left it alone and I say that because she hasn't let that go throughout the whole season or whole episode. She always brought it up being picked second. It almost made it didn't make sense for her to actually say yes because she was gonna always feel some type of way about it. So I feel like she should have said no, and he should have never asked her first. So that's just my take.
Well, Lacey is pro Jarrette, and I told her a couple of red flags.
Okay, calm down. I did not say I was pro Jarrette. I just said I feel like he is going to take the necessary steps that he
Okay.
needs for them to be able to make it. That is what I said.
Maybe. I think that
All I said was
his
there were a
support from
couple
his
of red
family.
flags.
It's because of the support from his family too. I want to
Yeah.
point that out too.
Did you
So
know
he
that was
might.
his stepmom?
Huh?
Did you know that was his stepmom?
No, I thought that was his real mom.
Nope, that's his stepmom. I said that's why he disliked women. His real mom probably wasn't in his life. It's like Jay, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he probably has this resentment
You
to
about to call right now?
huh?
You
Don't
about
say
to
that.
call the show right now?
I know, right? Say, that's fun. But yeah. So that okay, I didn't know that either. I was like, now it makes a little more sense why it took for him to get stabbed to want to find a relationship. But I just said, then I know we've been on here for a while, so I'm gonna end it. But I just said that Jarrette had a couple of red flags. Okay, just a couple. A few. Number one, he wanted Mallory first. Red flag. He chose her first, and then he turned right back around. After he finished wiping his tears, it was like, "Will you take the ring?" It's like, okay, sorry. Then the second red flag for me was that flirting at the beach. Like that did something to my soul.
That was wrong.
But she agreed with that one with me.
I did. I would have went and snatched him up. That one I agree with.
That's true. That should never happen.
That was red flag number 2. And I don't know how many we need, but we got 2 red flags already. And then the last one, not even last, the next one, was when his friends asked him what was the one thing that he felt like could keep their connection from growing. And he said, "Oh, because she about to be back in school and I'm gonna have to be a man and take care of the household." I was like, broke,
Yeah, that's sad.
That was sad. Like that's your place as a man. That's a privilege to be able to provide for somebody that you care about. And as women, we love so much, and we're gonna give back. I just gave this whole spiel for this guy. We're gonna give back. So when she finishes with her doula certification and her master's, which I don't know why she would need both. Why would she need a doula and a master? Or you go together for whatever. When she finishes with that, like she's gonna give so much more than he ever could have given, because that's what women do. We give, we love. Yeah, that was a beautiful one. Okay,
that's okay. He gonna touch up everything at the reunion and say what he meant, because he didn't mean it that way.
Okay, he didn't mean it that way. I wish I could be that ask.
I hope so.
And then the last but not least, that was like the biggest red flag for me. And you agreed with me on this too, Lacey. The lack of haircut that he got at the wedding.
Baby, he should have.
I did see that.
Her.
Yeah, that's true. He made time to go pick out that earring that he had hanging on the side.
Right? Yeah, that was suspect.
Yes, he could have left that earring alone too. That's like the new trend, but he could have left that where it was at. But I noticed his homeboys had him on too, so maybe that was like one of their little things.
Matching your friends? That's red flag. Red flag.
Maybe that was a girl.
That was
you know what? Maybe that's just something the grooms did. Like they had the little earrings. They all had
these men want to be women so bad. He out here getting some borrowed, some new. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't your thing. Like, come on.
That's true.
Let them have that little bromance little thing they got going on. Hey,
they definitely got those. They definitely be into friends, but well, hey. Olivia, you came in on the last 2 seconds.
My bad.
But you showed up.
Sorry.
That's okay. They say better late than never. I disagree. But I'm just playing. But no, thank you guys so much for coming on. Tomorrow, I don't know, you guys are busy. Always welcome back on here at the right time. Tomorrow we'll be discussing the Savage Sal. And Mallory, he was savage the way he did her.
Yep.
And we're going to be discussing them. So, yeah. But thank you guys for coming on. If you missed Lacey, but she has a lip gloss line. It's called
15 again.
It has gold steps in it. She has a $3 sale right now going for all her lip glosses.
I like that name, 15 again.
Yeah, get you nice and young. Take you back to the old times. Check it out.
I need it, but I get lip glosses that be peeling my lips. I be getting brand new lips.
No, this make your lips feel soft and moisturized. Like it's not too thick, but then not too thin either. It's like the perfect consistency with nice oils. So give you like that Carmex feel, but you still got that gloss.
Look at her popping it out.
She's the official sponsor.
Not the commercial.
Official sponsor of Boss Beginnings. So, I want to make sure you guys, know about it. If you want to be a sponsor.
I just want to say we look good on this camera. I'm just saying.
We are popping. This is pretty nice. This is pretty nice. Yeah. All right, guys. I definitely appreciate you guys. We're rolling up on an hour. And so, YouTube don't like hour-long videos. So,
okay, that's all right. My kid don't either. She ready to go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Until next time, guys. As always, stay crafty.
Stay crafty.